Welcome to Coming In Hot. Thank you live from Airplay Beats for the intro music. We are recording live from Darling New Media Studios in Midtown Sac. Now, this is our Meet the Crew. We do this every 6 weeks. I don't know why we do it every 6 weeks. That's just what I came up with. Now, when you talk about loyalty, when you talk about somebody just being on the ground floor and showing their true selves for you and your company, this is the man. This is William Eggen. How you doing, William?
What's going on? How you doing?
So if you guys are looking at YouTube right now, he's in our office, but our office is half office, half dry storage, half dairy fridge. This is our head chef at our new location of Elk Grove, 9080 Laguna, Maine. Willie, how's it going for you, man?
Oh man, it's been quite the week. It's nonstop. Frying chicken, like we're getting chicken every day.
Yeah.
Just cases on cases. Elk Grove loves us.
Elk Grove does love us. I think they appreciate, us coming to that neighborhood. We even get people from the east side of Elk Grove coming to the west side. So Thank you, everybody. But one thing I will say, just a little bit of patience. We're soft opening. It's still soft opening, everybody. And for some reason, the DMs that we do get say, I know you're in the soft opening, but thanks for the input. We got that. We're working on it. We got a lot of kids.
Yeah.
A lot of kids working for us.
We got
Go ahead.
About one crew for the whole week. So everybody's working doubles, practically. So
and people are dropping like flies.
Yeah. Oh,
but that's opening a restaurant. That's opening a restaurant. That's what we do.
Yeah.
So Willie, you're our first employee ever at Nash Proper.
Yeah.
You and Jake worked together. What was that place called?
The Sheldon Inn in Wilton, just outside of Wilton and Elk Grove.
You see, I never knew Wilton was out there. I used to get tomatoes from a farm from Wilton, but I thought it was like over by Natomas for some reason.
Yep. It's on Grant Line Road, which is going to be a new highway here, probably next year.
So that's where the casino's going to be, over that way, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Around that area.
All right, so let's take it back real quick, Willie. All right, so you're not from Sac.
Nope.
Where did you grow up? What did you do? How was it? How did you get to where you are today with your culinary background?
Well, I from San Luis Obispo, which is halfway between LA and San Francisco. It was named the happiest town in the USA by Oprah, Oprah Winfrey. So it's a beautiful town, small college town, has Cal Poly University, is the main university there, and lived there for about 30 years. My dad had started out as a professor at Cal Poly, and then moved into, he always wanted to own a deli shop, meat shop, and he opened one in 83. And from as a little kid working around there all the way to when we closed in 2007, that was my main culinary expertise in that. We processed sausages, meats, from hams to bacons to roast beefs, all sorts of stuff. We
Mhm.
barbecued, Santa Maria style barbecue, catering. We did a lot out of that small shop, and
Mhm.
then finally when it closed, I wanted to stay in the food business, and I went to a restaurant called Madonna Inn, which is a big hotel down in San Luis Obispo,
Mhm.
and started there and got the gist of working in the kitchen,
Mhm.
but never really, there wasn't that much passion there. It was pretty
Mm.
much as fast food, push food out as fast as possible.
Yeah.
So
I've been
I
there before. I've been in those kitchens before. Get the
yeah
beautiful ingredients, this is shit on it, and send it out as fast as possible.
yeah.
Yes.
So I um I did that for a while, and then I jumped around to a couple other kitchens, and about 2013, I said it was time to get out of San Luis.
Mhm.
My my father just had passed passed away, so there
Sorry
was
to
no
hear.
one holding me down there anymore. So I got in my little Ford Ranger, packed it up, and drove cross country to Connecticut, where my brother lived.
Okay.
But took about 2 years, or no, 2 months,
Mhm.
driving up and down the USA. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Got to see a lot of country I never was able to see,
Mhm.
uh, and I always wanted to see. And a lot of food. Stopped off at special regions and tried all their food. Had to stop off in Nashville.
All
Had
right.
their hot chicken.
Okay. Which
Uh,
place did you go in Nashville?
uh, just went to Hattie B's. That
Okay.
was a short stint there, but Hattie B's. It was got the taste of it. It was filled all the hype that I thought it had.
Okay.
So then pretty much I got to Connecticut, where my brother lived, and found a job, another kitchen job. I wanted to get out of the cold kitchen realm, but I never knew what to do. Uh, and I needed a job quick, so all I knew is to cook.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
so
think
I
we
needed,
all hit that wall where we're like, you know what? Fuck it.
yeah,
I'm gonna get out of this. And then you look around like, I'm not really good at anything else. Cooking.
yeah. I'm not one to sit in front of a computer and type emails and Zoom and all this phone calls and all that. So um, I, after spending 2 months on the road, I didn't have any money, so I got a job with Craft Steak and a
Mm.
casino there, who
In Connecticut?
in Connecticut,
Okay.
and it was this high-end steak restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
The chef there hired me, put me out in Garmouget. This is my first true restaurant job. I would say, as in like there's stations, there's prep work and all this, not that you have to take care of, not you
Yeah.
don't have a crew of 10 people to take care of.
Yeah.
So
Well, we were just talking about that this morning. We're like,
yeah,
you know, people got it easy now, you know,
yeah,
like you know, back in the day, you know,
yeah,
you
exactly.
know, we had to, you know, get there early because
Yep.
nobody was prepping your station for you.
No.
You know,
And
the morning cook will wrap their stuff up, take all their stuff for their next shift. And then you
yep.
come in and you do your own mise en place, and you don't want to be using other people's stuff either.
No,
You know,
because you'll
like,
get yelled at if it's wrong
yeah,
from the chef.
exactly.
So
So you better know that you got to come in early to get yourself set up. You know,
yep.
like you go out the night before, you better get your ass up and get in there. You know, like there was no downtime, there was no prep. The prep cook was taking care of, like, you know, breaking down, you know, sides of beef or, you know, salmon or whatever, you know, like that was a prep cook.
Yeah,
Other than that,
exactly.
you're in there doing your own shit. And then these
Exactly.
kids that come in like, oh, hey, I need fuego sauce. Okay. Like, well, they're just standing there.
Exactly. Yep. I know what you're talking about. But yeah, so it was a fun, really wide, eye-opening experience. And I was in pantry, and within a month or so, they're grilling steaks and all this on this nice $10,000 grill. And the steaks are $120 a pop. And I just was looking around, and one of the sous chefs noticed me, and I'm like, yeah, I have some experience grilling or cooking. And I showed him the barbecue, the Santa Maria style grill that we worked on. And he says, well, this guy's that's on the grill isn't worth anything. Why don't you come over?
He didn't say it like that, Willie.
Just try to check out this grill and see what you can do.
So
and
that was
like a
Maria style too, with the wheel.
No, it was it didn't move at all. It was,
okay.
So you gas, but it was indirect in a sense. So it just heated up heat plate underneath it, so you wouldn't have huge flare-ups and all that.
Nice. That is.
But that was like on a Thursday, and on a Saturday night, the grill cook calls out sick. So throw Willie grilling all these steaks to order to temp, and calling out orders too. It's not, the ticket's not in front of you. The chef is calling the steaks out to you, and that's the first time that's happened to me. Like, oh man, you got 40 steaks. You not got to know what the temps are and which ones they are.
How many types of steaks too? That's the thing about it.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, there was 5 different types, and then temps. There's 5 different temps.
All prime, so they got good marbling in them, probably.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yep.
And I'm not. So it was fun though. I think I did pretty well that first night. I surprised myself, but I was in the weeds for a short time. We did about 250 that night. But the reason why everybody was leaving, which I didn't know when I got there, was the restaurant was closing like 6 months later. The casino was gutting the whole. This is a Tom Colicchio restaurant that's $10 million restaurant that they built 4 years previous.
Oh,
and now they're going to just tear it all down to put in a mall.
Oh my goodness.
So, but I had the opportunity to go to New York, and I'm like, well, this is the only chance I'll be able to visit New York and live in New York. I'll be broke, but at least on my days off, I could visit New York and travel around. So I thought that would be fun. Did that. Went to Craft Bar, which is it's a offshoot of craft restaurant, and it's more casual, semi-casual, but more my type of food, type of thing. So did that for a while, and or for a year, and after that I was 33 working in New York, and all these kids are 21 going up and down the stairs. I'm like, man, if I was 10 years younger, I'd be doing this. I loved it. I mean, it was an eye-opener living in New York for the first a huge city like that. But
Yeah.
It was at the end, I was sorely missed that I was leaving, and but it was.
Why did you leave?
Just I didn't want to find another place to live. It was too hard to find a room. And my lease was up, and also just like it's a young man's and a young woman's game in New York.
Yeah.
I mean, you're waking up at 7 a.m. to get to work by 10. You're working off the clock for 4 hours to get your station ready, like we previously said. And then you're working till 12 to 1 o'clock at night on some nights. So
yeah. I don't know if because I was in San Francisco. Now that you say that, I don't know if I could have did it like at 30, 33, 35 range. You gotta look I get what you're saying. Yeah. And because we had stairs there, and I'm 24, 25, so I'm getting up and down those stairs like no business.
Exactly.
Like, coming in hungover, getting through the shift. Shit, I can't do that at 35. I'll be like still sleeping.
Yeah. So came back, and my brother-in-law was the chef at Sheldon Inn. Who had previously worked for the former owner, Doug Silva. Sheldon Inn used to be Silva's Sheldon Inn.
Okay.
Who they were there for about 20 years. Great man. He started this restaurant, built this restaurant from scratch. It was
who is Doug Silva? Because why do I know that name? Because your sister introduced me to him.
Yeah.
But is it just from you talking about him, I guess?
Yeah. Okay. He's been around. He's worked in San Francisco, and then he worked for Viva's in Sacramento, and then he started his own thing in this old building that used to be a brothel / post office /
yeah.
Of course, those two have to be together. But I mean, if you go over to it now, it's beautiful. The new owners have even expanded the property line.
Okay.
But he started from this great little restaurant, and they're still serving dishes out of it that he created. So
cool.
And I worked there for about 2 years, was a chef for them for a year. And finally I'm like, I'm looking, I need to find my own thing.
Yeah.
Either find my own thing or move on to do something else. And that's what I had met Jake previously, and was working for you with Cecil's Taste. And I thought, well, that's a good way to get into my own business as a food truck. So how about I'll jump on? And Jake said
and at that time, I think we were doing the chicken sandwich. It was the bok bok.
Yeah.
It was the bok bok chicken sandwich. And we were killing it, and you were the first. I remember Jake like always talking about you, dude. Like there's this guy, and he's doing this mustard seed caviar, and I'm just like, dude, like this food truck, Jake. Like I don't know what we could be doing, mustard seed caviar on a food truck. You might be able to, but I don't know if it's really gonna sell it. Like, nah, like he's a good worker, blah, blah. I was like, all right, bring him in, like we'll do it. And we're starting Nash Proper. And for the first year, it's just you, Gab, and Jake while I'm prepping my ass off trying to,
keep up.
I think we already did our first event. We already did the first R Street. Yeah, that was our first event, and you came, I believe,
track 7.
Track 7, yes.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
we had the trailer, and Jake didn't know how to drive the trailer. You're the only one that knew how to drive a trailer. So we're just sitting. So we bought this trailer. Me and Jake buy the trailer. We don't have anybody to drive the trailer. But I think the first shift, so Jake drove it, but he didn't know how to back it up. So, we're in the middle of this R Street. They're trying to put up these stages and lights, and we're sitting there. Jake's, over there jackknifing every 2 seconds, just going back and forth. So that was like, first of all, we need to find somebody to drive this. Second of all, we need somebody that knows how to cook and drive a trailer. So Willie was the guy.
Yep.
So why Nash and Proper, Willie? Because you got chops. You've been, like Connecticut. You've been San Luis Obispo, New York. Why come? I know you're saying like maybe I could find something, and that's what Jake said. He's like, hey, he's thinking about doing his own food truck. But why have you stayed?
Oh, I think it's that family. I think it's you, Jake, and just you guys care about your employees and take care of them. And you listen to their input, and it's a collaboration in a sense. It's not just somebody that comes to work and just is just go do this and shut up in a sense. So you guys listen, and I feel like this, as much as it's yours, it's also mine and Gav's, and from this ground up. I mean, watching some business from a food truck and make it all the way to 2 brick and mortars and a commissary is something special. And without big money or taking loans or anything, it's all hard blood, sweat, and tears.
We put everything back into the business. Like people were like, oh, you must have. I was like, dude. Like I go to the bank and they're like, oh, like we could get you some loans. I'm like, I don't need a loan, man. Like I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm scared to get locked down in one of these loans where anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, but now I don't lease. I don't do any of that stuff. I could sell that fridge behind you if I need a quick 1,000. You know what I
mean? And that's what I remember with my dad. At the end, it's like, oh, just that weight of the pressure. And that's one thing why I would look at the food truck is, I can pay for this myself and not have to have that stress and burden of somebody else's money. But I think just working with you and Jake, it's just been a team effort to try to do this. We did some crazy shifts, like night shifts, like we're
overnight,
up 18 hours. And only selling $500. Good old
because we can't
reggae
get out
on the river.
Reggae on the river. Oh my goodness, reggae on the river. That I was like, this is done. We're done. We brought all this food. We hardly have refrigeration. Like we're in the middle of nowhere. One of our staff members went missing. Like it was a shit show out there. And everybody that's listening to this, you might think reggae on the river, people are gonna be hungry. No, people are coked out and on Molly. That's reggae on the river. Nobody eats until like 4 o'clock in the morning.
And it really sucks when you're ready to serve people at 10 o'clock in the morning. So we waited 12 hours just to serve one person.
It was so bad. It was so. And then they asked us to come back. That was the kicker. I was like, no, there's no way we're doing this. Hey, man, We gotta keep this short. I know you gotta get back to it, but I want to get one top 5, because you traveled, and I know you did a barbecue tour not too long ago. I need your top 5 barbecue tour restaurants.
Oh man. Well, keeping it on the Central Coast, in our hometown, Slow Barbecue Company, they pretty much, once we closed, copied everything that we did.
And they're doing a good job, though.
Man, why didn't I just open this little door shop?
Yeah.
Not saying they copied it, but they do a pretty damn good job with their tri-tips and all that, and sides and so on. Some Texas barbecue, Salt Lick. I drove about 12 hours through Texas because it takes you that long just to get to the middle of Texas.
Are you serious?
And my first taste was Salt Lick Texas barbecue, and that was like one of the best meals.
Okay.
I wish I went to Aaron Franklin's, but I missed him. Buxton Hall in Asheville, North Carolina is pretty damn good.
Okay.
And Scott's
Rodney Scott
barbecue in Charleston, South Carolina.
Yeah, so, I've been watching a lot of shows with him on it. His barbecue looks so delicious.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm getting hungry right now. Hey, so I just want to thank you, but you know we got coming in hot, so I know you got a lot on your mind. All right, Willie. This is anything that's on your mind. It could be politics. It could be the staff shortage. It could be something funny. It could be anything that you want. So William Eggen, Nash Proper, Elk Grove, it is time to come in hot.
Oh, well, one thing, got to work. You gotta, if you say that you're going to work, come to work. Don't just walk out and that's something recent. But anyone else needs to come down into Elk Grove, check out our spot. It is going to be the spot. It's on the west side, so it's away from all the others, but it's like a quarter mile off the freeway. So and other than that, just I want to thank Cecil, I want to thank Jake, and it's been a wild ride.
It's been crazy, and like how I started this off, Willie, loyalty. That's what I get from you.
Exactly.
We had our ups and downs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We worked through it. I respect you. I know you respect me. I would not be here without you, Willie. I want everybody, the 2 people listening to this damn podcast, they need to know that, Willie, you are the man, very first employee of Nash Proper. Thank you so much. You want to plug your you want people DMing you, Willie?
Well, not just yet, but I'm working on a sausage kitchen in my dining room.
Okay, it's not ready for the public yet, people. So don't come down on him. He's gonna be making the sausages in our commissary. Okay, don't think that he's selling you sausage out of his living room. Underground sausage. Hey. So everybody out there, this is William Eggen. Thank you for coming through. Subscribe to Coming In Hot with Chef Cease wherever you listen to your podcast. You can holler at me at Chef Cease. You can holler at us at Nash Proper at nashandproper.eg, www.nashandproper.com for those delicious, mouth-watering, hot chicken sandwiches. I will see you next week. Love y'all. Peace.